Hello everyone, today I'm gonna teach you how to create a text overlay image generator using Cloudinary. We're gonna be talking about AI background removal, we're gonna be talking about text overlay APIs, we're gonna be talking about our Cloudinary widget, and also you're gonna learn how to get direct feedback on the image that you are editing through our friendly UI. This is the application that I'm going to explain you today how it works. As you can see, it says, please upload an image. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. We're going to click on upload image, which triggers the Cloudinary widget to upload our assets into the Cloudinary cloud. We're going to click on browse, and then we're going to select our image. Beautiful. As we can see, we have the text that says Cloudinary, which is the text right here. Right, we have the font family, we can see the color of the text, we see our image, and we see the positioning 0 and 0. That's why it's on the top left corner. So now we're gonna do positioning. Actually, let's change the text. Let's do something more fun. Freedom. And then we're gonna do, let's do 430. Okay, we're gonna make it smaller, freedom, and then we're gonna do X positioning, we're gonna do 50, and then now it's almost in the center, and then Y positioning, we're gonna do, let's do 100. Okay, that looks actually pretty nice. So as you can see, it says freedom, and the freedom text overlay is behind the human. Right, but it's not behind the sky. So it gives you this 3D effect to the image, which is very nice. So we're gonna finally just change the color of the text to make it more cool. And then there you go. This is our final image. Super simple to build with Cloudinary. Now we can actually download the asset. We're gonna click on download image right here. And here you have it to download into your device. This is the code for our application that I just showed you. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. And as you can see, I have 3 main files: the Cloudinary upload widget, the left side bar, and the playground. This Cloudinary upload widget file is the file in charge of showing the Cloudinary upload widget that is gonna allow you to upload images into your Cloudinary cloud. Right here, we can see the configuration that we have for our Cloudinary upload widget. We have the cloud name, which in this case is text overlay. I'm gonna show you how to get it from the console. We have a upload preset, which I'm gonna show you how to create an upload preset as well. And right here it says sources local, meaning we can only upload images from your local environment, in this case, your machine. I don't want to upload more than 1 image at a time, so we're gonna set this to false. And we have this tag right here, which is optional. In this case, you don't have to add it. I'm just showing you that you can do so by default. And the rest is just basically code that is not really gonna change. So in all the upload widgets that you use across your React applications, you can use this template and just copy paste it and it should do the magic. The difference is, depending on your business needs, you're gonna be changing this code right here. So basically what happens when you are processing the upload. And right here, I'm showing if it's done, then I'm just printing in the console the name of the file. And finally, with this code, we also have the button upload image. Once you have logged in into your Cloudinary account, we're gonna click on home. And right here, you're gonna see the cloud name. In my case, is text overlay. This is the cloud name that you're gonna copy paste into the upload widget cloud name configuration, like I previously showed you. Now, we're gonna go to settings down here. And we're gonna click on upload. And we're gonna create an upload preset. As you can see, I already have in my Cloudinary environment 2 presets. One is the one that comes by default, and this one right here is the one that I have created. You see the difference right here. It says mode, signed, and unsigned. Unsigned are more unsecure uploads, where signed are more secure ones. For the purpose of this exercise, I have decided to use unsigned uploads. Now we're going to create a new preset. We're going to click on Add Upload Preset. We're going to give it the name, test. We're going to click on unsigned. Now we want to use the name of the file. And we don't really want to add a suffix to my unique file name. I'm going to click on save. It says the name is too short, so test upload. We're going to click on save. And there you go. This is how you create an upload preset. We're back into our code, and I have opened the app.tsx file. And as you can see, I have my settings, and I have the default text, which is Cloudinary, and the font family, the color, font size, the X and the Y axis, and the image. And as you can see down here, I have the two other components that I have inside of my application. These settings right here that are gonna be passing down from one component to the other using props in React. Now we're gonna jump into the left sidebar component. And as you can see, I have my settings, which are my props that I'm taking, the update settings, and the set image that I'm gonna be passing up to the app component and then passing that information down into the playground. I have all these functions right here, and they're gonna be handling things from the settings. For example, the font, the text, the font size, the x-axis, and the y-axis right here. If we scroll down, this is just the HTML that is calling those functions. And you can see right here, I'm inserting the Cloudinary upload widget component. Right now, we're in our playground component. As you can see, I'm passing the props, settings, and image. Right here, I'm initializing my Cloudinary object, and I'm passing the cloud name text overlay. Make sure that this text overlay cloud name is the same as the one from our Cloudinary upload widget, which we have right here. Now, the interesting part is that you're gonna see a top image and a background with text. This background with text represents the image that lives in the background, and the top image, the one that lives in front of it. For us to give it these 3D effects into our images with text overlay, this is what we need to do. First, the same image that we have uploaded, we're gonna have it twice, technically. But one without background and the other one with background. So the one on top, we're gonna remove the background using AI, using background removal, and then I want to do fine edges. It's gonna make the cut of the background more precise. Finally, we need to make sure that all of our images that are gonna be living on top, because we want to remove the background, they have to be PNGs. And all we have to do to change the format is just do format and the type of format that we want, in this case, PNG. Then, the background image with the text, this is where we are gonna be adding the image overlay. And the image overlay is gonna be the text with the font family, the font size, and the color. And on top of that, we're gonna be setting the position using AI gravity and the compass, which in this case is gonna start in the northwest, and we're gonna specify where our text is gonna lead. Offset 0 and offset Y0 as the default settings. And you can be changing them with the settings panel in your application. The cool thing about our image API is that it allows more than one overlay. You're gonna see one overlay right here and a second overlay right here. The second overlay is our top image, and as you can see, I'm fetching it using the to URL. This to URL is the URL of our image that lives inside of our Cloudinary cloud. By us doing this, we are combining all these overlays into one image and returning it. If we scroll down, all we have to do to render that image is using the advanced image component. And as you can see, I'm passing it, and I'm passing a note and the class name from Tailwind, which I have predefined as block match with full and hide auto. Finally, right here, you're gonna see this background with text to URL, right? And this is a button that says download image. Thanks to that URL, we're gonna be able to download the image that we have generated, not only with the text overlay, but also with the image on top of it. Thanks to this logic that we added right here, we can have a 3D effect with the overlay inside of our images using Cloudinary. We're now in our playground component. As you can see right here, I have this state that says set divs, which means set dimensions. And I'm also initializing my Cloudinary once, the Cloudinary right here, and I'm passing the same cloud name that I passed into my Cloudinary upload widget. You might be thinking, Pato, why are you using use memo multiple times? The reason is because with all the changes that we're gonna be doing into our image, we want to memorize those actions to avoid extra re-renders. In this part right here, we can see that we have the Cloudinary object that I have defined. And then I have the image, which is the image that I have uploaded. And we are using an effect, which in this case is a background removal. This background removal uses AI technology to remove the background of the images. And then I have decided to add define edges to make sure that the image is more precise when it cuts the background. And finally, I'm doing format PNG. So it doesn't matter what is the format of the image that I upload, I want to make sure that it's a PNG, because if it's not a PNG, you're not gonna be able to be removing the background. You're just gonna look with the background all the time. So this is very important. So just to make the change for the format, this is all you have to do. As you can see, now right here we have this background with text variable, and that is the image with the text that is gonna live behind the top image that has the background removed. Once again, we have a copy of the same image twice. One is gonna be living at the top with no background, and the other one is gonna be living in the back with background and the text overlay to give it that 3D effect. As you can see, I'm using the image overlay method right here. The source, I'm specifying, in this case, my overlay to be the text. I'm passing my settings text, passing my settings on family, and the font size, and the color, as well as using AI gravity to know the positioning of my text. Right here it says compass, and we're using northwest because that's where we want to start the positioning with gravity, and then specify with the offset X and the offset Y, and using our settings where our text is going to be living. In this case, by default, starts in the top left corner. The cool thing about the overlay API is that you can add multiple overlays to the same image. The second overlay that we're adding is the top image. And as you can see, this image is not locally, it's already uploaded automatically into our cloud without the background, and I'm using the fetch to retrieve that image and the top image URL. The URL is a URL that has every asset inside of our Cloudinary cloud. So it's fetching that image and adding it as an overlay to my background with text image. That way it's gonna give me one image completely that I can download with everything that we have added, which in this case is the top image with no background and the text overlay.